What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here, and in today's video we're going to be doing another hardware wallet comparison video. On my left we have the brand new Ngrave Zero hardware wallet made in Belgium, and on my right we have the Ellipal Titan, which has been around for a few years. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this one. Alright guys, welcome back. So in today's video I wanted to do a deep dive hardware wallet comparison between the Ngrave Zero on my left and the Ellipal Titan on my right. But before I jump into the content, I just want to give a shout out to my newly designed website, bitcoinlockup.com. As you can see here on the screen, there's some very exciting stuff coming and exclusive content that's only going to be there and not on YouTube or any other platform. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into this hardware wallet comparison. Now, if you've seen any of my previous hardware wallet comparison videos, you know I follow a specific formula and the three top or main categories that I look at when I consider how or which to buy in terms of a hardware wallet. So category number one is the design, security, and form factor. Number two is going to be the overall coin support, what unique coins are on each wallet. And then three, we end on the price. And then of course, at the very end, I give you, if I could only pick one of these wallets to buy, which one I would buy if I had to choose only one. So let's get right into it. Now, I'm gonna start on my left here with the Ngrave Zero because this is the brand new hardware wallet. And in fact, depending on the time that you're watching this, it's only going to be available again in Q1 of 2022. So make sure to check all my links in the description for the most up-to-date information and the best deals. But taking a look here, this is the Ngrave Zero. It's got a full touch screen, very similar to the Ellipal there, but you have a full touch screen and it holds several coins, including several ERC20 tokens. As you can see here, it holds all the new metaverse coins like Aave, Mana, Sandbox, Curve DAO, and so on. Some of these coins are not yet natively available on the Ellipal, but in terms of the design, security, and form factor, this is the most secure hardware wallet on planet Earth as of shooting this video. It has an EAL7 plus security element chip, which is the very first of its kind for secure transmission. It has a true random number generator as well. This allows you to generate the private key securely on the device in a unique format that ensures that it's completely generated in real time as you're setting up the device. And as I was playing around and using the device and setting it up, they do have a very secure setup flow process where you can verify the device on the website via QR code. You can also go through and generate the actual private key, and you have the option of using the 24-word recovery seed phrase mnemonic at the very end if you want to do that optionally, but it gives you the direct private key. And then of course there is a mobile application. So in terms of the actual device itself, as you can see, it's got a full touchscreen display. The design here, you have one port here which is used for charging. It's a USB-C port on the bottom there. Now again, this is an air-gapped device completely. So they're, again, similar to the Ellipal, there is no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no NFC, no cellular, no wireless communication methods whatsoever. So you are using QR code generation here, which is open source and something that I do prefer on this device. Now on the actual device as well, you have the mechanical button here to power on the device, and it's sort of rounded here. And on the back you have the camera, which is right here, and then right here you have a thumbprint authentication or fingerprint authentication as well, which is used to either sign a transaction. It can be used to unlock the device however you see fit, and it allows you to also set up multi-sig, which allows you to also do this as well. So if you want to have a password, a PIN, as well as a fingerprint in order to sign or send a transaction, it gives you that option. It's very high quality, appears to be stainless steel, and then as far as the device, it's very heavy. So you can tell there's a lot of craftsmanship, there was a lot of attention to detail, and this is it feels very premium and very high end, as this is a premium high-end hardware wallet. Some would argue the best that you can get, period, end of story. So that's an overview of the security, design, and form factor here. This is brand new and I'm still learning kind of the ins and outs. It does give you an option, obviously, to sync with the Ngrave Liquid, which again, this is a 3-tiered hardware wallet system. So it comes with the mobile app for you to view and manage balances and to initiate signing transactions. You have the Ngrave Zero, number 2, which is obviously what I hold in my hands here. And then 3, there is the Graphene, which is the metal recovery seed phrase that uses a unique format in terms of securing that as opposed to using your mnemonic word phrase. And I'll do a review on that in a future video on the deep dive on the Ngrave Graphene. But overall, this has been a very good user experience. I'm very pleased with this. Obviously, for example, if you want to have Bitcoin, you can set up multiple addresses. You can choose to hide the account. You can initiate the send and receive, and then you use the camera on the back here in order to generate the QR code and to sign and send the transaction. Same with Ethereum, Dogecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash. You can use stable coins and several other ERC20 tokens, and there will be new coins added over time, which we'll cover in the next segment. You can click right here and it will load the camera, allowing you to scan the QR code. And overall, I think this is a very high quality, and my experience sending and receiving transactions initially, which you can use and see on the Ngrave Liquid app, has been very seamless. And in my opinion, it's actually a lot smoother of a process so far in terms of usability than the Ellipal Titan. So we'll set this down for a second. This is the Ngrave Zero. So in terms of the Ellipal Titan here, again, this is a tamper-proof and air-gap device as well, so no Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC. It also employs a camera for scanning QR codes on the back. What's a little bit different is that even though these are both tamper-proof in terms of their security, in terms of their design, this one still has a security element chip EAL+7, which is unique. This one does not. Although this one does have an enclosure that is a lot more secure in terms of dropping, in terms of just sort of the way that it's constructed. In my opinion, if I were to drop this, I would be a lot more worried than if I were to say drop this, you know, on pavement or anything like that. So very interesting. And then in terms of the usability and user experience, you can also generate a QR code directly on the screen, just like you can do on the Ngrave. And in terms of the security, I do like the fact that it has a detachable magnetic puck, so there are no cables directly or ports directly into the device itself, which is pretty unique, and I like it as well. They have roughly the same size of a touchscreen, about 4 inches or so. So there's plenty of room for QR code scanning. There's plenty of room for navigation in terms of scrolling. And then on this one, for example, for Bitcoin, if I wanted to receive Bitcoin, I just click the receive and it generates the actual QR code for me to scan with my phone directly on the device. So this one, obviously the user experience is very similar. It has a mobile app. None of these are desktop, and they're both air-gapped in terms of their usage. So overall, Ellipal Titan has been one of my favorites for a very, very long time. Although, you know, the new Ngrave that I've been testing out is really giving it a run for its money. So overall design, security, form factor is, in the usability, is similar, but the actual flow of processing and signing transactions is, in my opinion, a little bit smoother on the Ngrave Zero, but this one is still fairly good. So this is the Ellipal Titan design, security, and form factor. So section number 2 that we talk about obviously is going to be the coin support. Now, on the left here, you have your basic coin support. You have obviously your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your ERC20 tokens. You of course have Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, and then of course stable coins and anything that is ERC20. In a future firmware update, since this is brand new, they will be adding very shortly Tezos, Polkadot, Kusama, and so on, as well as staking that goes along with that. Now, in terms of any other coin supports, because this is a brand new device, over time once they get the device rolling and they get more shipments out, they'll be able to focus more on firmware updates, adding coin support, adding DeFi. This will be available to be compatible using DeFi exchanges and MetaMask and so on. So this one has a lot of promise and even comes with a lot more coin support than, say, even the Kivo, which initially is a premium device that came with even less coins. So this one, in my opinion, is off to a great start and already launching with some very good coin support. And this is just an example of some of the coins that I have, including, you know, your engine coin, your mana, your sandbox. If you're into the NFT and the metaverse coins, this is gonna have it as well. So very cool. That's the overall kind of coin support. In terms of the coin support on the Ellipal, in terms of the coin support here, you're gonna have, again, the same thing, your basic Bitcoin, Ethereum with ERC20 tokens, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Litecoin, which is also available here, Ethereum Classic, also available here, DGB, also available here, XRP, not a coin that I hold on here, but works on both. And then you get into some other ones, some obscure ones here, like CMT, BTX, Doge, Tron, you know, BNB, ADA. So I will say, in terms of coin support, as of shooting this video, the Ellipal will technically have more coin support as well as staking. So you can stake Cardano, you can stake Polkadot and Kusama on the Ellipal Titan, which is not yet available on the Ngrave. So in terms of which one is going to win, and Tezos, of course, but as far as which one can work on as far as the best coin support as of shooting this video, Ellipal is going to win this round, even though the Ngrave won the security round on the last one. So hopefully that gives you enough information. Always check the links down below in the description to verify if your specific coin that you're looking for is going to be supported for both of these. Again, my link in the description takes you directly to their website and also is linked with the best possible deal no matter when you're watching this, as I have a partnership with them. So you just make sure to check that out if you are concerned about, what does this coin do, or does my X coin work on the wallet? I get a ton of those questions. Check the links to be 100% sure, but this is just an overview. In the coin roundup, the Ellipal Titan is going to win. Now, the third and final category is the price. So when making a decision on which hardware wallet to use, the price obviously is an important factor. And to be honest with you, these are on kind of two ends of the spectrum, even though they're very similar in terms of their design, form factor, and functionality. As I mentioned, the Ngrave Zero is a high-end and a premium device. So again, I'll give you what the full price is on both of them, but again, check the links down below in the description for the best price at any given time. With that said, the current price on the Ngrave Zero by itself is 398 euros. And if you want to do the Ngrave with the graphene, which is the metal recovery seed backup plate, is 498 euros. Again, that's the initial price right now as of shooting the video. The standard or full price on the Ellipal Titan is $178 US. And again, that's what their normal rate is. They tend to have deals and discounts or promotions periodically, but that is what the standard or full price is. So in terms of price, it's kind of comparing apples to oranges, because this is sort of targeted towards a higher end demographic and this is a little more mid-tier. It's not considered necessarily a premium or a high-end hardware wallet. So obviously there's going to be a price discrepancy. Now, the final say, if I could only pick one, and this is a really hard decision because Ellipal Titan has been one of my favorites for a very long time, but and the Ngrave I've been looking forward to for, I'd say, almost 2 years now, and I've literally only been using it for a few days as of shooting it, testing the transaction flow, the user experience, the interface. It's a very hard decision. Now, I will say that as of shooting this video, if I am wanting to do staking, for example, if I want to stake Tezos, Polkadot, or Kusama, I would choose the Ellipal Titan because that functionality is already here for this particular device, as well as it being a little bit cheaper. However, I will pick, if I had to only pick one, I personally would still hold out and get the Ngrave Zero. And the reason for that is this has a lot more promise in my opinion. This device is made in China, which again, a lot of people that I've talked to really don't like that fact. They just don't trust it. They don't like where it's manufactured, even though it is a secure device that I've been using for several years. That's a huge holdup for them. This here is made in Belgium, in Brussels. So this is made in Europe. And a lot of people like that trusted process and the factory line setup a little bit better. Me personally, as long as I'm not staking quite yet, if I just, for example, want to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and a few ERC20 tokens and some stable coins, then I would definitely choose the Ngrave Zero. This is slowly becoming my favorite hardware wallet that there is. It does have the biometric authenticator on the back. It is air gapped and secure as well. The mobile app and the user interface so far have been a pleasant experience. And honestly, I've been waiting for a wallet to top the Ellipal Titan, and I think that the Ngrave finally did it. And this has been in development. They're very methodical in terms of how they released it, how secure they were, making sure that it was a smooth rollout and process and that everything was tested and secure. Because security is the #1 factor that you want with an offline hardware wallet, especially an air-gapped hardware wallet, and this one does prove to be more secure. Even though it doesn't quite have the coin support yet, it is going to have coin support, additional coins added. I do hear that Solana is coming, Polkadot's coming, Avalanche coming, a lot of new ecosystems and native applications are coming to this, as well as DeFi integration as well. So I do have to give the overall winner here to Ngrave, even though Ellipal Titan is still a good and probably my second favorite wallet compared to this new one, which I'm really excited about, as you could tell. But again, just really comes down to your preference, what coins you need. Are you planning on staking, or if you're just holding, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum with no staking, obviously you can go directly with this one. And then in terms of DeFi, in terms of that's not available yet on Ellipal, but it will be available on the Ngrave. So hopefully that gave you some clarity as far as which hardware wallet I like. And again, I use hardware wallets every single day of my life, so I do understand the usability, the user experience quite well. And honestly, the user experience on the Ngrave, even though it doesn't have quite the coin support and functionality yet, is still better in my opinion. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below in the comments and I will try to answer them for you, as well as make an updated video if you want one. And then, of course, at the end of this video, go ahead and click in the top right corner here to see my dedicated review and unboxing video on the Ngrave Zero for more details. And we will wrap this up here. Crypto Renegade out.